5.
Yeah,
That's how many fingers you have on
yeah.
one freaking hand. All right.
If you don't have a bad accident.
Welcome back, everybody, to another mother and son post-game show for the New York Giants on family bonding. We have some very interesting news for you. It's very upsetting and disturbing, and it just only brings us back to all of the bad memories we've had over the last 8 years. But before we get into that, we want you to do one very important thing for us.
I need you to stop what you're doing right now. Whatever it is, pay attention. You are going to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel so you can get all the updates when they happen. And also, you are going to like this video because, of course, you like it and it's awesome. And then you're going to hit that little bell. So as soon as that new video pops up, you'll be notified. And please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the information we're providing in this update video. All right, let's get going.
We got some news that one of our captains on defense, Xavier McKinney, suffered a hand injury during an ATV accident while he was on vacation in Mexico during a bye week.
I think the idea of, taking a Mexican Caribbean vacation to me doesn't seem like it makes sense. I mean, it's a bye week, but they're still on, right? These are guys whose limbs really are worth millions of dollars. To go and hop on an ATV on a group tour, which is fine, I think, in the off season. If something happens in the off season, I think you need to be more careful as a professional athlete to take into consideration what could happen. I mean, I'm not a professional athlete, but I'm a professional speaker. This is what I speak for a living. I don't go on the weekend and be like, oh, let me do some fire eating. Yeah, fire eating. That sounds good. I'm not doing that because I don't want to mess up my voice. I use it to make a living. These guys use their hands to make a living, and they do stupid things during the season. And I'm sorry, but even if it's off season, you got to be smart about how you really handle yourself when you're not on the field. What do you think, son?
While you made your beautiful soliloquy, I just thought about something. The Giants, he did this while the Giants are 6-2. Not 8-0 like the Philadelphia Eagles. We're not the best team in the league. We just are coming off a season where we had, 5 wins? 5.
Yeah,
That's how many fingers you have on one freaking hand, all right?
If you don't have a bad accident.
We're 6-2. I get it. That's great. We're not the number 1 seed in the NFC. We're not the number 1 seed in the NFC East. So why would you go to Mexico as if we're on top? I don't think we have any time to chill. We are still being considered the worst 6-2 team in NFL history. I just had one of my friends from Texas. He's a good friend of mine. I used to play Fortnite with him all the time. He literally messaged me and said, how are the Giants still winning games? I don't understand. You have to be the worst 6-2 team I've ever seen.
Oh my, that's bad.
The hate is real for New York. When we're good, everyone still wants to say we're bad. When we're bad, they say, see, you guys just suck. So we're just never good. And then you got people like Xavier McKinney going out there on vacation thinking the complete opposite, that we are those dudes. And then now we're not going to be those dudes because we just lost one of our captains and one of our best players on defense.
Here you go. Newsflash, Xavier McKinney. The season is not over. We still have games to play. Giants could be up for a wild card situation, but not if we don't win more games. And to take himself out, and I will say he took himself out by making a bad decision while he, yes, he could do whatever he wants during the bye week. And I think that they leave it to them because they are adults. But you would think, again, when somebody has limbs that are worth millions of dollars, they do things that could not result in a bad injury to said millions of dollars worth of limbs. I'm just saying.
You would think. And
you would think.
But the Giants' track record is not that great. Let's get into that right now. It all started when after we won the Super Bowl, Plaxico Burress decided, I'm going to bring a gun into a bar. I'm going to have the safety off of the gun. And the gun goes off and shoots himself in the leg. Now, that's horrible, right? He went to jail for it for starters. So then now he can't be on the team anymore. And then we lost our number 1 receiver that we traded for from the Steelers to help us get our first ring anyway under the Eli Manning era. We definitely needed him in the second one. We're lucky we got Victor Cruz. But him being gone there is huge. That's the first, we'll call that the first stone of curses.
And let's just say I did run into him, as the picture shows. I ran into him in late 2019. It was actually a holiday party for the Giants in New York City. And I talked to him and, he was very nice. He didn't seem like he had much going on. You know why? Because he shot himself in the freaking leg, and he painted himself out to be an idiot. I mean, people who go to jail and get themselves shoot themselves, in their leg, don't get opportunities to be commentators, right? You don't see those people getting those opportunities. And I don't know what he does. And, they get paid for the activity that he was doing for the Giants that night. And they get a check. I mean, but it's not what he could be doing if he didn't shoot himself. So,
now,
whatever.
You've got another stupid injury. Jason Pierre-Paul, another stupid injury. Blew up his freaking hand on the 4th of July playing with fireworks. There's a warning on those motherfucking things for a reason. Why are you playing with your, I think at the time, like $20 million hands, probably more. I can't remember the freaking contract. Why are you playing with fireworks? Why? That was just stupid.
When you're that rich, when you have the type of checks that you get as an NFL player, you can hire a professional company to come and do your fireworks. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be out there fooling around with stuff myself. I would have people who know what they're doing, who understand safety, and do it for me. And I would just sit back and enjoy it. Oh, look at the beautiful fireworks. This fool is out there playing around with fireworks, blows off his freaking hand. I mean, luckily it wasn't the whole thing. And luckily for him, he is effective at his position and has been able to maintain jobs. Although he has been bouncing around, he pretty much has been able to continue to work. But, it could have been a lot worse for him. It definitely messed him up with the Giants, for sure.
It sure did. It tainted the relationship.
Tainted the relationship. You don't want a guy who's out there putting himself at risk. You just don't.
Now you've got the worst one. The infamous boat trip.
That boat trip.
Coordinated by Odell, Victor Cruz, and I want to say Sterling Shepard. They all coordinated this trip. They hung out with some rappers, if you will, other players on the
living
team.
their best life.
The day before a playoff game. Gets to the playoff game. Odell doesn't catch a single ball. And we get eliminated after our first time being in the playoffs in several years. So that still hurts me to this day. And then guess what?
It will always be a problem.
The mother said that we probably shouldn't talk about this, but I'm bringing it up anyway because there was a second boat trip.
A second boat trip.
On the Joe Judge year 2 season at that, not year 1, where we thought this is the guy. This is when we were like, get him the fuck out. And they went out there on a freaking boat trip. It was Darius Slayton, Daniel Jones, Sterling Shepard, and Kenny Galladay. They were just out there on a boat, just chilling. And Joe Judge lied to our faces and said, you won't see any of that like what you saw with the other coaches. He was so confident that he had the authority over these fools. He didn't have anything over them.
He had nothing. He definitely didn't.
He was
ineffective.
Anyway,
but boats should be banned.
If you are a Giants player,
for the Giants,
you should not be on a boat or vacation. Why are you doing that?
I think while you're under contract, no boats, no vacation. No boats, no vacation. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like we don't need these people. We already have no receivers. Now we're just starting to lose our second. I don't understand. Like, it's like they're like, we're doing too good. Let's try to sabotage the season. No! At this point, we should be playing for the playoffs. There's no reason to try to just all of a sudden suck. I don't know how else to say it, because to me, it feels like it's sabotage. I went to Aruba, and I did one of those ATV tours. I saw somebody flip over on one of those things.
Scary. They're scary. I won't do them because they flip over sometimes. I won't do them.
And it doesn't say in the tweet
age where I care about my life.
It doesn't say at the tweet that it doesn't happen. Like, we don't know if it tipped over, but if it's a hand injury, guys, and you were driving an ATV,
yeah,
I don't know. Well, now he says he's out for several weeks, at least 3 to 4 weeks. Again, I want to reiterate. We're playing 2 easy teams in the first 2 weeks back, but we get into divisional games very soon. We can't not have him against teams like the Eagles or the Cowboys. Shoot, for the Commanders, we might as well just have all hands on deck anyway to make sure that we just beat them. Because
exactly.
Like, you never know. The Washington Commanders, they could just surprise you. This is not what we needed, Giants fans. This isn't good.
It's not what we needed. And it just goes to show that, people, they don't really look at what bad things have happened as an example of what you shouldn't do. Having seen what I've seen, if I was drafted to a team, I would say, oh yeah, I'm going to do stuff that's going to help me avoid getting into any trouble, like hiring people to do things for me, help me from getting hurt. I would be looking at examples, but no matter what team I was on, I'd be looking and seeing things that happened in the past and recognizing, what, those things were not good. It messed up players, and sometimes it messed up their careers, chances for playoff, whatever it is. But, we need, they just have to be more mature. Now, Xavier McKinney, young guy. 23 years old, young guy, but still,
He's a captain.
He's a captain. He
I
definitely
can't give him
should
that young
set a
guy
better
pass.
example.
Yeah, can't give him that
Yeah,
young.
that's true.
The mother
They
wants
thought
to
he
be the
was
good
mature
leader.
enough for it.
Right. No, here's the thing. He is mature for the captain's role, but he just showed that he's still young, like you just said.
Yeah.
If you are a captain, you can't be hurting yourself, taking yourself out of the game. You need to be setting an example, showing that you're always ready to go. But you know what, Giants fans? Don't let this discourage you. Like I said, Houston and Detroit, 2 easy back-to-back wins. The Eagles barely beat the Houston Texans, and that might just be because they were like, it's the Texans. The Giants don't play that way. We don't play, it's whatever team. We play as hard as we want, as we can, and have to. That's how our team plays. Our wins have been gritty and rough because everything are hard games. We hope to see you guys in our next video when we react to the Houston game. Hopefully it's going to be a win. Make sure you guys like and yes, it better be. Otherwise, the mother and I will be very angry. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Drop a comment. Make sure you guys give us your thoughts on how you feel about Xavier McKinney being irresponsible and deciding to risk his career and season over a vacation. And we hope to see you guys in our next video. Go Giants! And we hate the Texans.
Go Giants!